Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a detailed review on this Cuisinart 12 cup programmable coffee maker with hot water system. So this thing is divided into two parts. You've got just a kind of like a standard coffee maker on this side, but then you got this really nice feature, this hot water dispenser on the right. Now these are considered two separate systems. You've got a hot water tank over here just for the hot water, and then you've got your brewing system just for the coffee. And these can be run at the same time or one at a time. They don't affect each other. So this is a really well made. I like the controls. The clock has a blue backlight to it, makes it really easy to read. The coffee pot is pretty nice. So up here you've got your filter basket. It does come with a reusable filter. But this is going to take number 4 cone-shaped filters. This is where the water goes. It does have a charcoal filter for your water intake, which is really nice. And it does have a sight glass. Up here on the hot water side, you also have a charcoal filter, which has a little bitty holder. And you're going to fill this up, and it holds quite a bit of water. And the hot water side, you're going to turn it on. This is how you dispense the hot water. You got to be careful if you've got small kids. It's got this lock. You're going to want to make sure that lock is there all the time. Otherwise, if somebody just comes up and presses that, it's going to dispense hot water. So be careful with that. It's got a pretty small footprint, and it does have cord storage. But overall, this thing feels like it's made very well, and it's lasted. The burner does look in sort of bad shape, but it still works really well. Okay, on the coffee pot side, you're normally going to have it in brew. If you want to brew it right now, you're just going to leave it in brew. It's got an auto off feature. It's got an auto on, which is the programmable part. I'm going to show you how to set up the programmable part. And that's how you program it, and then that's how you set the clock. So let's go over how you program if you want it to start in the morning. How to program this Cuisinart 12 cup programmable coffee maker and set the time. So these controls are pretty easy to use. If you want to change the time, you're going to move this to clock. Then you got to come up here and hold this hour button until it starts flashing. Then I can set the hour. Now this only has a PM light. So it's 4, and use the minutes, it's 4:10 p.m. here. When I'm done, I'm just going to flip this back to brew. That's my time. Now when I want to set my program, say I want it to come on at 5 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to put this switch over to program. These numbers are going to flash. Then I can set, use the hour, make sure you got it on AM. You won't see anything. Okay, there's 5, then I can do the minutes. Let's do 5:15 a.m. Okay, so it's set. Then if I want it to come on, I'm going to move the switch over to auto program. Now nothing's going to happen yet. I've got to hit this switch. That says the auto program is going to start. So make sure you hit this switch with it in this auto on position. Now if I hit it again, it turns it off. So with this light on, I know that at 5:15 a.m. in the morning, this is going to start brewing coffee. Make sure you got your water and your coffee in, and it'll be ready to go. Give yourself about 15 minutes before you want the coffee, and that should be good to go. Okay, so another feature this thing has is auto off. Now it's set to default is 2 hours. So after 2 hours, if you leave this coffee pot, it's just going to turn off, mainly turn the warming tray off. But you can change that, and by putting it in the auto off position, if I come up here, hold the hour button until it starts flashing, I can go all the way up to 4 hours, 1 hour, or I can do minutes too. I can do 5 minutes. I can do whatever I want from 0 to 4 hours, and then once you've got it set, just put it back to brew. It's got this 1 to 4 cup feature. When I press that and then start the brew process, it's going to do a small amount. So you're going to do a small amount of coffee, And the theory is behind this, after you do your brew, it's going to turn the coffee maker off because it thinks you're going to just grab your coffee and go. That's why you did a small amount. So normally you've got it in the brew position. So if I want to brew a pot of coffee right now, it's going to be in the brew position. And I'm going to come up here and just hit that button, and that's going to start the process. It's got a really nice light to let you know that it's working. This is a little different. The coffee pot. How hot do you want your coffee pot to stay? I keep mine in low. I've never really tried medium or hot. Low seems to work. But that is something you can change the temperature of what you want to keep the coffee at. It does have a clean function. And that's more of a timing thing. I'm going to demonstrate that too, how you clean. So when you want to clean, you're just going to press that button and then start a brew process. But you're going to make sure you got your vinegar in. And it's going to run the vinegar. It's going to brew a little bit of the vinegar and stop. Brew a little bit of the vinegar and stop. It's just a timing thing to soak that heating element in the back. That's what the clean function does. Okay, so we're going to brew a pot of coffee. And the best way to do it, I'm going to use a paper filter, just a little easier to clean up. So I'm going to take out the reusable one. I got my cone, number 4 cone filter. I've got it in. That's what they look like. Okay, most coffee makers say use 1 tablespoon per cup of coffee. This is a 12-cup coffee maker. That's about 3/4 of a cup of coffee. That's a little strong for me. I use about a heaping half a cup of coffee. So you're going to pour your coffee in. Okay, so we got the coffee in. Now we're going to add our water. We're going to put our coffee pot in. We're going to make sure we close this. This is where all the hot water is going to come out to brew it. I do like that it's got kind of like it's going to come down and kind of seal around this. So that's kind of nice. We're going to close it. Okay, so I've got it in brew. We're just going to hit the button. So I'm going to time this and we'll do some temperature checks. Okay, so we're right about the 10-minute mark and it's almost to the 11-cup mark. I want to show you the pause brewing. So if you want to take a cup of, say you want to get a cup of coffee real quick, it's got that little plunger that stops the coffee from coming out. And you can get a quick cup, and then when you put it back in, it starts up again. And then let's take a look. Let's take a look at the coffee grounds. Yep, it's doing a pretty good job with the coffee grounds. And towards the end of the process, you do get some steam coming up around here, and this does get pretty hot. Okay, start to finish, that took about 12 minutes. And we're going to see how it pours. Now this does have a lid that doesn't pop up. This is kind of on there sturdy, which it makes it a little easier to pour. Yep, it pours really nice. 167, yeah, that's about standard. And the coffee tastes really good. This is a really nice coffee maker. I think those cone filters make a little nicer brew. And it does beep at you when it's done. It's got like 5 beeps. You can't turn that off. It's not super loud, but it does beep at you to let you know it is done brewing. Okay, so let's talk the hot water side. So I filled this up. Like I said, it holds quite a bit of water. It's got a max line there. It'll keep filling up till it gets to that max line. Then you're going to want to turn it on. So this is the on-off button. Just turn it on. That little blue light comes on around. It's really nice. The water ready will flash at you, letting you know that it's not ready. When it's on steady, that means the water is up to temperature and it's ready to dispense. It'll let you dispense it even if it's not ready, but it won't be up to temperature. So we've got this lock. Don't forget that, and move that over to unlock. And then I'm gonna dispense some water. I'm gonna check the temperature of this water. It's probably good for ramen noodles or tea or anything like that. Like I said, you can get about 2.5 of these big coffee mugs of water out of it. Yeah, it's a little hotter than coffee, 178, 180. So it's a little hotter than what you get on the coffee side. And another thing I like about it is, so you can get these big, so I can get this big travel mug in there. But even if I want to get something taller in there, I can take, yeah, this comes out so that you can put an even taller one in there. So let's empty it, and then that red add water light's going to come on, and you can see how this is flashing you. That lets you know that the water is not up to temperature, so it needs to heat it up for it to come on steady. So this water will not be up to temperature. So you can get about one coffee mug out, then it's got to heat up some more, and then you can get another one out. But I'm just going to drain it to see. We're going to show you that add water light and just about how much water we get out of it. So I've got 2 of these full of water, and I've still got some more water to get out of it. Probably not much. This is spring loaded, so you do have to hold it down to get the water out. So there. The red light came on saying add water. There's just a little bit more coming out. So that's about it. That's quite a bit of hot water you can get out of this system. So when you're done with this side, make sure you lock it, and then you're going to want to turn it off when you're done. This side will automatically turn off. Okay, so let's go over cleanup. Up here, this cone-shaped filter basket's got this little handle on the side. You're going to be able to take it up. It's got that plunger on the bottom, so that's going to keep it from dripping as you take it to the trash can. And these are a little easier to clean because you just dump out that filter with all the coffee grounds in it. Okay, so cleanup is really simple. Just take this lid off. Like I said, this snaps on, and you can get your hand in there and clean if you have to. Here's that filter basket. I just rinse mine off, and about every 3rd time I'll put it in the dishwasher. And you can put all this in the top rack of the dishwasher. So again, this is just a dad. This is that Cuisinart. It's got 2 independent systems. I really like it. And if you could, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.